Almost 4 months ago, I put out a video about the KORG Trinity and about whether I thought it was any good anymore. And there's been some interesting conversation about that video. One question I got recently was someone asking about making custom categories for performances. So I thought it would be interesting to take an opportunity to look at what kind of options the Trinity has for grouping sounds together, patches together, that you can recall quickly during a performance situation. So I know of two ways off the top of my head to do it. There may be more, and hopefully some other Trinity owners out there will chime in if there are additional options that I've missed here. But I'm going to give a quick run through of the two ways that I know to group patches together for moving around them quickly, getting the sounds pulled up that you need. Obviously, the Trinity is nearing 30 years old at this point, so a lot of the modern software features that are built into a lot of these keyboards these days weren't really the norm back then. So while these aren't perfect workarounds, they're definitely some time savers, I think. So take a look. Let me apologize for the video quality, the audio quality. It's pretty bad. I've had kind of a hard time getting a nice setup as far as video goes to look at one keyboard at a time. So here's a picture of what I was working with this time, and it turned out okay. Just again, I'm not really happy with the audio quality. But all that being said, I hope that you'll find this video interesting, and if you're a Trinity owner, I hope you find it helpful. Please feel free to leave a comment below. Again, if you have a Trinity and know some different ways to address this issue, I'd love to hear those. And of course, I'm sure many other Trinity owners would as well. So anyway, take a look. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, please leave a like, a thumbs up, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. So we will see you in the next video. Thanks. So this first process will just be using the user category and assigning patches to it so that you can pull them up quickly. Right now, you can select by category, and if it's on category A, then it's going to search by category A, obviously, motion synth. But if you wanted to assign a handful of patches or several patches to a user category so that you could recall them quickly, I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to go into the edit screen on any patch. This also works for combinations. Choose under your category, choose a user category, and I would recommend not using one because it seems to pull everything up. So let's just say we're going to pick number 5, and then you need to write your program. Yes, we're sure. Okay, go back to the program screen, and now if you want to select by category, select by category here, and then you'll want to go to B, select by B, user category 5. So if we go back to 1, obviously you can jump around on these, but that's what it looks like. So we're going to select 5 because that's where we just assigned our patch to. And now you have a custom list of any patches that are assigned to that particular category. So you can remove them the same way. So if you wanted to go to, let's say you don't want this 031 in there anymore, you can click on that and hit OK, and it pulls it up. So it's pretty quick as far as moving from patch to patch for a live setting, for example. But then here you can go back to the edit screen. You can change this to user category, whatever, just not 5. Write program. Yes, we're sure. Go back to the program screen. Now if we do select by category, and again we select B, we go to category 5, we should notice, yeah, it already pulled up the next closest patch. So 31 is now gone from that list. So anyway, you could go through and get the patches you need for your performance, assign them to the user category, and then it's not as fast as modern keyboards, but this is a pretty quick way to get a custom list of sounds you need for a performance. So, all right, the second option that I know of for using, for selecting a group of patches for quick use would be to use the sequencer. So you can assign up to 16 different tracks in the sequencer. Use these tabs at the bottom of the page, and then you would just select your bank up here, bank program, and then your patch number here. Oops, I just bumped the camera. So this lets you change what's on track 1 to whatever instrument you want. Then you can go in and set track 2, track 3, and so on. And then what you could do is select by track up here at the top of the sequencer, whichever track you want to be playing. So that's another quick way. Now, the downside to this would be that I haven't used the sequencer a lot on the Trinity. I used to use it a lot on the Triton, but all these patches I think are going to be dry, so you won't have any of the effects built in on those patches because the sequencer gives you the ability to do that patch by patch, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong. At any rate, that is one difference in using this method, is the sound is going to be a little more dry. At least when I play through these using this method, they are much drier sounds. So that'd be the one downfall. Either way, using the sequencer or the custom user categories, either way works. Neither way is extremely fast, but it's much quicker than, keeping a list of sounds next to you and trying to jump from place to place in the Trinity when time matters. So anyway, those are my two suggestions for creating a set of user sounds. And again, let me say the sequencer is limited, if you want to call it limited, in that it's 16 tracks only. So it would be the maximum number of instruments you could put in that custom group.